Hello, how are you all doing today? I think everybody is doing fine. This is Dr. Joseph and today we're going to be looking at the critical path method lesson planning. This is another fantastic week of important discussions. In this week discussions, I'll be focusing on a lesson planning pathway. I will start by asking, what is a lesson planning? For a faculty or a teacher to be effective, he or she must have an achievable lesson plan. We will look at the question very well to be able to understand the critical path method. Today, I see a lesson plan as the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn and how it will be done effectively during class time. Then you can design appropriate learning activities and develop strategies to obtain feedback on student learning. So having carefully constructed lesson plan allows you to enter the classroom with more confidence and maximizes your chances of having a meaningful learning experience with your students. So that being said, we're going to be looking at the lesson planning at the three critical key components. So what are the components that are supposed to be attached in a lesson plan? A successful lesson plan addresses and integrates three key components. One, a very successful lesson plan must have learning objectives. Two, a successful lesson plan must have a learning activities. A successful lesson plan addresses assessment criteria to check for students' understanding of the topic. So, that being said, a lesson plan provides teachers with a general outline of their teaching goals, learning objectives, and means to accomplish them. Because when you have a goal, you have to state the means to accomplish those goals. And as by no means exhaustive. So a productive lesson is not one in which everything goes exactly as planned, but one in which both students and faculty learn from each other. So teaching plans are the tools of a teacher uses to deliver instructions. Each teacher requires a range of tools to draw upon to assist, and support students' learning. So these materials play a large role, in making knowledge accessible to a learner and can encourage students to engage with knowledge in different ways. So most tools vary depending on the university or school that a faculty finds himself or herself. So every lesson plan must contain some elements. So the elements of lessons plans must clearly state the title of the lesson, must also specify the time required to complete the lesson or each assignment. Each lesson plan must list required materials needed for the class or for their assignment. You must list the objectives, which may be behavioral objectives, what the student can do at lesson completion, or knowledge objectives, what the student knows at lesson completion. Clearly state, the lesson plan must clearly state an instructional component that describes the sequences of events that make up the lesson, including the teacher's instructional input, and where appropriate, guided practice by students to consolidate new skills and ideas. The lesson plans must also be independent practice that allows students to extend skills, knowledge on their own. That's why it must be independent. It must have a summary where the faculty wraps up the discussion and answers students' questions. The plan must have an evaluation component, a test for mastery of the instructed skills or concept, such as a set of questions to answer, or a set of instructions to follow, or some assignments to be completed. Must have also a risk assessment where the lessons risk and the steps taken to minimize them are documented. So, in the final touches of the elements of lesson plans must also have an analysis component where the faculty uses to reflect on the lesson itself, such as what worked and what needs improving. Thank you. See you next week.